Hey guys, it's me, Michael Lenoci. Make sure you check out some of my upcoming shows. Tickets at michaellenoci.com.
Okay, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Here's what, all right, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. I said to you guys, I go, if we lose to Buffalo, then we can talk about what would be the best situation for this organization. And then I would tell you the truth about what's going to happen. And am I right or am I wrong? Who's to tell? Who's to say? Who's to know? Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. There's no getting out of this situation. I've explained this over and over on my podcast throughout the years, and people don't want to hear it or they don't understand. And first of all, let's just start with Miami Dolphin fans are babies. You guys are whiny babies. But let me just take you back to an era where it was Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Ben Roethlisberger. There was a stat, and it was something outstanding, like in 20 seasons, they were in every AFC championship game. Every single AFC championship game included those three guys. From 2001 to 2020. To something, it was something like that. To 2018, to 2017, whenever Manning retired and Roethlisberger retired, then it ends, okay? But for like 17 seasons in a row, one of those three were always in the AFC Championship. That being said, we are in that era again with Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. There's four of them now. There's four of them. And there was four back then, too. You could throw in Phillip Rivers. And he only got to like one or two of those. That's how hard it was. But right now, you have Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. And you can maybe argue there's a fifth but there's not. Because Herbert and Stroud and they're all the same. They haven't won anything. Okay? So that being said, the Miami Dolphins offense and this group that they have right now gives us the best chance to maybe win or even get to that situation. During those 17 years, we never had a chance to get to the AFC Championship with any of the quarterbacks we had, with any of the offensive schemes we had, or any of the coaches that were on that team. Right now, you have 2 seasons where you make the playoffs and you lose. Yes, it's frustrating. But nobody is going to get you a better chance of maybe figuring it out and going on a win streak and beating one of those teams and getting deep in the playoffs. Because if you get rid of Mike McDaniel, you might as well get rid of Tua Tagovailoa. And if you get rid of Greer, you might as well you could maybe get rid of Greer. But that's a whole nother argument that I want to bring up to you guys. It's like, all I want you to do is do your work. I did it. Just do a little research. Type in, let's just start with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Cincinnati Bengals, and do the Baltimore Ravens. And do the Chargers. That's 5 teams. Google, find out how many players are still on their roster who those teams have drafted in the last 5 years. Let me know who has more players still on the team. Okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. So my point is, every Dolphins fan is in a little bubble and they're looking at our organization and saying, this is bad. Compared to what? How is our GM bad? Compared to what? Compared to who? Compared to all the other GMs in the NFL? Do your fucking research. How? Name any of their draft picks that have panned out. You know how many draft picks we had that kind of panned out? Way more. Devon Achane, Jalen Wright, Jalen Waddle, Austin Jackson, maybe not a superstar, but he's getting paid and he's starting at right tackle for his 5th year. All right, you have Teron Armstead, who's been healthy and playing this year. He was able to bring over Tyreek. Bradley Chubb, if he comes back and is good, then we can't argue. Javon Holland. Okay, like these are all assets that were brought in by a GM, and you're upset because you only look at the Dolphins in their world and say that that's not good enough. It's not good enough compared to who? Go compare the other GMs and see how many of their draft picks are still around. Okay? Oh, the Jets did great. They haven't done anything better than the Miami. They haven't even been in the playoffs. They had Gardner, they had Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson both win Rookie of the Year. That is it. That is only, and they have their one defensive tackle that was drafted the same year as Christian Wilkins. Okay, so like how many other players on other organizations are hitting on every single draft pick? So chill out with the Greer shit. How many people were able to flip the capital into an all-star offensive roster with Tyreek? Okay? Tua has played great since he's come back. Yes, he is not a top 5 quarterback. No, he will never be a top 5 quarterback. But who do you think is walking in that door that is going to be better than Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, or Allen? What quarterback in college, what quarterback in the NFL right now, who is coming through that door that is going to be better than Tua in this offense? Wake up. You think you think Ward and on the Hurricanes, you think that first round pick, you think he's going to come in and get drafted by the Raiders, and then in 3 years he's better than Josh Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, or Lamar Jackson? Do you know how stupid that sounds? Do you know how stupid that sounds? You better hope he goes to the NFC. At least there's less franchise quarterbacks over there right now. Right now it's probably Goff, Love, maybe. You don't know how these guys pan out. Love might be good in 3 years. We don't know. He still is. I can't call it yet. So you have Goff, Cousins for another year. You have Jalen Daniels and Caleb Williams, maybe. You think Ward or Sanders coming out of college are going to be better than those guys? Who's coming through the college rankings that's going to be better than Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Mahomes, or Lamar? The next 10 years is set. Those 4 guys, one of them is going to be in the AFC Championship every goddamn year. So your best bet is with this offense and this scheme. It's not going anywhere. We're not blowing it up. Get your fucking mind out of your ass. You're insane if you think that's happening. You have no better options. What's your plan? Fire Greer. McDaniel's a bad play caller. Okay. Just keep watching. I'm going to continue to be delusional because the way things are panning out, Broncos have a tough schedule, Colts have a tough schedule, Bengals have a tough schedule, and that leaves you with the 6th and 7th seeds wide open. And the Chargers don't have an easy schedule. And I think that the Dolphins showed you enough and enough fight. Did you watch all the press conferences? Watch all the players talk. That's a good tell of what they are thinking in the locker room. They're saying in the press conferences, go watch Calais Campbell, go watch Tyreek Hill, go watch Tua, go watch them all. They're literally saying, we're going to win out. We have to win out. So they believe it. Why wouldn't you as a fan believe it? They're the ones playing. They believe it. You can believe it. So I'm going to believe it. Your job as a fan is to support and cheer on the players that play for your team. And if they haven't checked out, why the hell are you checking out? If the players have not checked out, why are you as a fan checking out? Until you see them not play hard and giving up on the field, then you can get mad and complain and talk about firing people and trading people away. But right now they believe they can make a run, and I believe they can make a run. Vegas believes, right now it's -1. It's -1 to go to LA and beat them. Usually -3 means they think the home team's going to win. Right now, Vegas and people are betting think Miami's going to come into LA and win. And I do too. And if you beat LA, you have the Raiders and the Patriots in front of you. So if you get to 5 and 6, go to the playoff predictor. Go Google NFL playoff predictor. Go play around based off what teams you think are going to win over the next 2 weeks. Go look at what happens when we're 5 and 6. You're sitting right there at the 8th seed. You're sitting right there at the 8th seed with 6 games to go. Anything is possible, so why are you being a baby? That's all I'm going to say. I believe in it, and I think it's going to happen, and I'm excited. We can talk at 5 and 6 before the Thanksgiving game. We could reevaluate how they played over the next 3 games. In the next 3 games, we could look at them and be like, oh, I think we have a good chance to go to Green Bay. Now, that's the tough one, right? Because you can't lose again, but that's the real tough one. But you can't tell me that we can't beat Houston or the Browns or the Jets or the 49ers. The toughest schedule, the toughest opponent on the schedule was just this past week. And we lost because of a field goal, a 61-yard field goal. Tough shit, man. That team played a hell of a game. We beat the Bills. We were better than them. We were better than them all game. Okay? And that's with mistakes. If that doesn't motivate you, what will? Okay? Let me just get that out of the way. You want to see who the Broncos have coming up? Okay. Broncos remaining schedule. Okay? At Kansas City. Versus the Falcons. At Raiders. Okay? Sorry about the miscommunication there with my neighbor friend Amir. The point is, look who Denver has left, okay? Denver? Okay, what does Denver have left? Their next few games. At Kansas City Chiefs, loss. Atlanta Falcons. They could win, but they won't. Raiders, win. So that's 1 and 2. Cleveland Browns, win. That's 2 and 2. Then they have a bye week. Then the Colts. Great. Doesn't really matter. One of them's losing. Then they have at Chargers. Great. Cancel them out. 2 of the teams ahead of us. Then they have the Bengals, losing. That's 3. Then they have the Chiefs, losing. That's 4 losses. Right now they're 5 and 4. I count they get to 9 and 8. I count 9 and 8 at best. At best, the Broncos are at 9 and 8. So there you go. There you go. That's one of the teams ahead of you. All right? Now we go to the Chargers. I'm just going through it with you. Ready? Chargers, 3 losses. Right, Amir? They have 3 losses. Let's go through their schedule. Tennessee Titans, probably a win. Bengals, I don't know, but it cancels each other out. Baltimore Ravens, loss. Falcons, I don't know, could lose. Chiefs, loss. Bucks, I don't know. Broncos cancels each other out. Patriots, Raiders. Okay, a little tougher. Do they get to 6 losses? I don't know. That's who knows? Who knows? That one makes me a little nervous. And then the final team, the Colts. The Colts, Bengals, the only other 2 teams ahead of us. All right? The Colts have left. Here it goes. Buffalo Bills. They're not winning that. Jets, they could lose that. Lions, losing that. Patriots, could win. Broncos, cancels each other out. Titans, wins. Giants, probably wins. Jaguars, probably win. They have 3 more losses. 3 more losses for sure. That's assuming they win all those others. That's at 7. That's at 8, actually, because they have 5 losses. So, like I said, just do what's in front of you. Do what's in front of you. It's very possible. And listen, I've earned the right to be delusional, right, Amir? I have earned the right to be a delusional, passionate fan. And I'm not going to let Twitter or other sore loser fans tell me that it's over. Why? Why would I let you ruin what I want to enjoy? I enjoy football season, and statistically speaking, we could win out. And until that doesn't happen, why would I get sad? Oh, I'm sorry I'm a positive person and you guys have mental issues because you can't handle your emotions and you are a pessimist and I'm optimist. So I want you guys to all sit on that and then ask yourselves when you wake up in the morning, am I a good person? Do I really think I'm a good person? Am I doing right as a fan? Your duty as a fan is to cheer your players and your team as long as they believe in it. So until you see the players give up, you don't give up. That's all. That's my message. That's my message is be a good fan. Be a good fan. Because if you're not going to be a good fan, then what's the point of being a fan? If you're just going to be a bad, if you have kids, I don't know if you have kids, but let's say you have kids. Are you going to be a bad father because they had a bad year of school? No, you're not going to give up on your son. You're going to try to keep winning with your son. Crazy analogy. I know it's not the same, but it is to me because the Miami Dolphins are my son. I was trying to get a laugh from him, and I finally got some sort of giggle. I don't know what I was just rambling about, but I needed to get a laugh, so I was going to say whatever I had to say. All right, like and subscribe, and then we'll check out the full episode dropping tomorrow.